Okay, recording is started.
Okay.
If you want to flip on your camera, you can. I'll be here
I
either
didn't
way.
get my laptop today, so the camera's busted on my laptop.
Sounds good. Give us the recap.
But the recap is, they ended, after making a deal with the...
Pause the recap. Pause the recap. I gotta find my notebook.
Okay.
I left it in the other room. I was about to start making notes if I needed to adjust anything.
Yeah, no problem.
And I reached, because I usually set it right over there. And I turned around. That's why you saw me change direction from the camera. And I was like, look, about to grab it. And I was like, wait a minute, there's nothing there. Oh, shoot. Okay.
Okay. Autopsy made a deal with the High Evolutionaries.
Whoa. You skipped like everything.
Do you want me to go that far back?
Yeah, do the whole session. It didn't start with
Delilah and Valkyrie are dead.
Yep.
And it is Daybreak's fault for portaling out because she was gripped in terror and fear of losing her powers from the High Evolutionary. And she portals to the only place she could think of, which is Iceland. There she was tracked down by the animal people from the High Evolutionary. And she actually did really well about fighting against them. Until
no, you escaped.
No, she escaped. She ended up coming back.
Yeah, you escaped.
Almost free and clear.
Yeah.
She swam out. She's almost free and clear, but then it's like, what am I going to do? Swim to the United States? No.
Well, you were going to fly.
She came back.
You were going to fly with your flight powers.
Yeah, but it still wouldn't have worked. It would have taken forever.
No,
so
it wouldn't have.
Coming back.
It would have taken like 2 hours. Maybe, no, probably would have taken like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. But anyway.
Okay.
Comes back.
So Daybreak gets teleported to Iceland, right? And then you are tracked down because they tracked your power signature because the High Evolutionary studied you.
So she dives into the ocean.
And you tried to teleport out, but your powers were portaling was being blocked on Counter Earth.
Right.
So you tried to run, and you were tracked down and kind of cornered, and you were thinking about trying to escape somehow, but you're kind of getting surrounded slowly, and you had a vision where Valkyrie, as in her dream traveled you into a cave that only had an escape into the ocean where you were safe. And then you dove into the water and swam out to an iceberg, right?
Right. Or, yeah. Well, no, she just swam. She didn't go to an iceberg. The iceberg came later when she was fighting everybody.
Yeah. And there you decided... No, before that, you were in the free and clear, right? But you decided to look for people. And you looked for Autopsy, but you couldn't find him, right?
Because she was using her clairvoyance.
Because he wasn't.
Couldn't find him.
Because he wasn't at the old base anymore, and you didn't know where he went.
All she saw was the old base and how it was torn up. Then what she did was she switched her focus to try to find the High Evolutionary's tower. She switched her focus and got caught.
Yep. And
so she went. Yeah, that's when she went back to land. Because I think I was going to see if I could get her to teleport again or something, but she goes back to land, in which case her signature gets tracked again, and the Ram Man and what was her name?
Bear.
Yeah, they
Ursa,
showed up,
I believe.
And so they start fighting, and she's actually doing really, really well, especially considering she had like 5 hit points. She only had her rage power hit points at the time, and she took out one of them. She almost took out the second one. Yeah, and then she almost took out the second one, but that's when the Mandroid armor bot things came, and so she's fighting those, and she was taking those out, but she just succumbed to the fight, and they took her back to the High Evolutionary's tower. where she told Aaron what had happened to Valkyrie and Delilah, and then Autopsy shows up.
While that was happening, while that was all going on, Aaron and everybody was with the rebels. The rebels got attacked after everybody got brain freeze, and instead of escaping and leaving the rebels there to be captured or killed by the High Evolutionaries' men, Aaron and Pangea nobly surrendered themselves to save the rebels.
Yeah. And so they all end up in jail together. Aaron makes a deal with the High Evolutionary to go find Autopsy and bring him in. And
Autopsy managed to escape during the conflict, rescuing somebody there, and then got in a little bit of a scuffle, but still managed to escape. Realized he was being tracked by the guy, his brain signature, and left him alone so that he could try to figure out what to do and rescue him. But the guy refused to cooperate and was distraught over the presumed death of James' second character, who was a triple agent. She was a secret agent for she was a person who was pretending to be a spy for the rebels on the High Evolutionary, but was actually a spy on the High Evolutionary, but was actually sympathetic to the rebels, really.
And that's just a mind screw right there. It really is. And so Autopsy ends up losing the guy that he saved because of physics, and he just wasn't able to survive running from like the armor bots and all that. And
he attacked the robots after he refused to cooperate. So.
Right, and then Autopsy ends up going back to New York, where he's trying to find a way to save his friends, as everybody else is in jail trying to figure out how to get to Autopsy. That's where they get taken, or the group that's in jail gets taken before the High Evolutionary, and they are told that Aaron can leave to go get Autopsy. To which he does.
And Autopsy cooperates and comes peacefully.
Yep.
Because he's feeling pretty hopeless, even though he has managed to discover a lot of information and a potential escape route off of the planet. Autopsy's not liking his chances, and he doesn't feel like he could save everybody in the group.
Right. And so they make a deal, they strike a deal with the High Evolutionary to accomplish the end goal anyway, which is to restore Autopsy's secret identity. In exchange for the rebels have to basically stay in that alternate dimension jail.
Yeah, you guys were all captured, right, at this point, and High Evolutionary said, you've invaded my land, so you're all gonna either rot in prison for forever or die here, unless you can offer me something. And they made some attempts to give him some information, but he already had some of that information, being the High Evolutionary.
Yeah, he just wanted to be able to get rid of the rebels and do his own thing without having to deal with them.
So to save everybody's lives, Daybreak agreed to Aaron's to the only option that they knew, which was to take her powers away. And give her give him the Norn Stone that she had.
Yeah.
And then,
but the way that you saw go ahead.
But that didn't help them get the information that they actually came for. It just was going to allow them to leave. So, to get what they came for, they tried to make another deal for him, and he said, "I'll help you, but only if you take care of the rebels for me."
Right.
My group's having trouble tracking them down, and so they did. You guys helped the autocratic dictator put down his rebellion.
Yeah, which sucks, and everybody's upset, and it's a yay, we won.
Yeah, but
kind of a feeling.
when they return, High Evolutionary keeps his end of the deal, gives him some of the information they were wanting, and accidentally spills the beans that Thanos has the Reality Stone. Nobody's looking optimistically at that fight. The High Evolutionary does offer to just mind wipe all of planet Earth, though.
Yep.
And they're
and
like...
Autopsy had tried to bargain to get some people to remember, but he's like, nope, not doing it.
No. Not doing it. And so they take him up, he teleports you guys all back to Earth, and mind wipes the planet. Except for you guys. So you guys know Autopsy's secret identity still. Mm-hmm. And nobody else does. Which I don't think Autopsy's put together what that means yet. But nobody else knows his secret identity.
That's going to be interesting.
Should be. So, what is his family going to think? We'll find out. Is he going to reveal it to them?
And then he's going to end up right back where he was.
Yeah.
He can't keep his mouth shut about his secret identity.
I don't want to redo the you've got your secret identity lost scenario for him, but I did tell him, and the same goes for everybody. Like, I don't like to rehash the exact same storylines over and over. But, if it happens and you really blow it, it gets blown.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, which is cool. It's fine. I'm pretty good about keeping my secret identity.
Yeah, you've done a good job.
Anyway.
You've done a great job. I'm not very strict, about the secret identity stuff. As long as you're not going around telling people your secret identity, and you can keep your enemies from tracking you down once they start to really pursue your secret identity, then you're safe.
Yeah.
And so far you haven't made any major slip-ups, which is a big, because a lot of people usually do. That's the number one way you blow your secret identity.
Yeah.
And like Autopsy,
changing clothes in a photo booth.
Yeah, like Autopsy lost his secret identity because he died.
Oh yeah.
And Hobgoblin took his body, and obviously he was dead, so he knew his secret identity.
And that's because the girl whose father he accidentally killed in like one of his first missions by throwing a car, who killed her dad.
Yep.
And so she'd been like hunting him for years, and then she finally
got him.
Was like, she's like, I'm gonna kill you now, or I'm gonna kill your family. So he said, kill me. So she shot him in the heart.
No, he got captured and was held inside a brick warehouse building. Was power dampeners or adamantium cuffs. I don't remember what it was, and he had been beaten up because Rhino and Bullseye was involved and hurt him a bit, and then they gassed him. And so they captured him, put him in there, and then shot him in the chest, and then blew up the building.
And then that's where Murto came in, and they ended up getting his heart. And
yep.
Okay.
So there we go.
Adventures around Wyvern, I remember. So.
Yeah. So there we go. For Daybreak. Daybreak's had a rough go of it lately.
Yeah.
A lot of shade thrown at Autopsy. Fairly justifiable.
See, what I think what she would have done was they probably came back, dropped her off at base.
You all got dropped off in the middle of, Dublin, right?
Yeah. So, I think she basically would have, at that point, she wouldn't even stay around, she just would have gone home.
Well, you said some stuff in-game and in the prison as Daybreak to Autopsy, so we've got that down there.
Right. So she said a lot to him as far as that, but basically she questioned his morals as a hero.
Yeah.
And but then once they got back, I don't think she would have stayed around for anything. I think she would have just immediately left to go home. And she's been beating up on herself the whole time, because now it's like she's useless. Granted, she has amazing stats still, even as a human. But as far as she's concerned, she doesn't have her powers, and she's useless and she's worthless, and her whole life of
Well, she can't
being a
get
hero
home,
and
right?
she what?
She can't get home. I think the group probably splits up real fast, not really thinking about it, and so Daybreak is kind of just left standing there.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, because normally Daybreak just teleports away, right? So everybody else, like Pangea, shoots a rock up, and he's like, "I gotta go check on my stuff. I've been gone for months." And shoots off, and Aaron just teleports away, and Autopsy's like, "I need to go check on my family," and flies off. I think he's like, they could have been dead while your guy was gone.
Yeah.
And Daybreak's like probably starts to like do the hand motions to open up the gateway, and then realizes nothing's gonna happen. And
there is one thing she wants to do though.
And she like puts on the earpiece, right? And this is where we'll pick up. And she's made the call to Gadgeteer to come pick her up in the airplane.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you don't want him to pick you up, and you can go buy a ticket in Dublin Airport.
No, I'd actually like to talk to the Gadgeteer, because if anything, Daybreak still wants to keep a hand in the superhero world. And so she wants to talk to Gadgeteer to see if there's anything he could do to help her, but she needs to go get Ira, because Delilah's dead.
Yeah.
And she's the only other person that really had...
Aaron was, she was in and out of Aaron's house. So, I would probably say Aaron picked her up. Actually, probably when you call Gadgeteer, Aaron said, he's like, Aaron was just here. What, are you going to be teleporting in a minute? Daybreak? We'll start there.
Yeah, I'm not good.
He was just here to pick up
Ira.
Teleporting
anywhere. I won't be teleporting anywhere ever.
What happened? Aaron didn't say much. He just said Delilah and Valkyrie were dead. Is that true?
Yeah.
What happened? What happened there? How did you lose your ride? You know what? Do you need a ride? I'll have the jet started up.
Could you just come get me, and I'll tell you what you want to know. But could you? I just really want to check on Ira, and I want to go home.
Okay, I'll be there in a second. Okay, and as you're standing there, you like.
It starts raining.
Yeah. No, the city just passes along without you. You wait there for about 30 minutes. You hear like a scuffle go down on the alley off to the side, and at about the 30-minute mark.
So she goes to follow the sound.
Okay, you rush over there as quickly as you can, and as you do, you hit that end of the alley, and you're looking down at it, and you see a figure like in a black uniform using a big like scythe on her back, punch these two thugs out and like pick up a purse as they hits them once and they drop. And hands it to the woman.
She's not gonna like race over there, but she's gonna head that direction to see who this masked figure is.
Yeah, you make your way over there, and they're like, she's helping her up and looking over, and she looks at you. You don't recognize her, I'd say, and then she just leaps up into the air and disappears like a superhero. The other woman looks.
Her heart sinks even more.
Yeah, the woman looks over at you and says, thanks for your help, but that young woman, superhero, I forgot her name already. She helped me out. You didn't call the police or anything, did you?
I haven't yet. I was just gonna come and see if.
And she picks up her phone and she starts to dial the police.
Am I in my Daybreak outfit?
Yeah, I would say you probably are. But she doesn't think anything of it. I mean, there are people that dress up weird all the time. Besides, everybody knows Daybreak like flies around and teleports and jumps really high. So
yeah. So she just looks at her and she just turns and she goes to wait for the plane. She's just like in a funk right now that she's only felt like this one other time in her whole life. And she's just, all she can think about is how useless she is at this point, and there's nothing she can do about it, and she doesn't see a light at the end of this tunnel at all.
Okay. You wait there for a little while. Bustling city going on around you. About 20 more minutes pass. At about the 10-15 minute mark into that, some people walk by and they're like, are you Daybreak? And they like take a couple pictures of you sitting on the curb.
She just looks up and she says, "No, I'm sorry, you have me confused with somebody else."
And they're like, "That's a great costume. Can we take a picture with you?"
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, and then you see him walking away and they're like, "Seen Daybreak cosplayer on street corner." That's gonna go on Twitter.
Yeah, there we go. TikTok, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like, "Gadgeteer, get here faster."
Okay, Gadgeteer flies in and lowers the ladder down to you because he doesn't want to block the street. And yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna climb up into the plane and go talk to Gadgeteer.
Okay, he sits down next to you and he's sitting there as you come in. He gestures for you to sit in the co-pilot seat. Or you can sit in the back and strap in as like one of the you know,
no, she'll
riders.
sit in the co-pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll sit co-pilot.
Alright, he goes.
So I have.
Daybreak, you feeling okay?
No, I guess Aaron. Well, he told you Valkyrie and Delilah died.
Yeah.
He probably didn't mention that.
No,
that's my fault.
That was all he said. He just teleported in, said, "Ira, come with me," and told us that Delilah and Valkyrie died. He said, "Delilah and Valkyrie died," and then grabbed her and disappeared.
Basically, I choked, and the High Evolutionary was going to take my power, and I teleported away, and Delilah could have stopped me, and she didn't, and I got away, and the High Evolutionary vaporized Valkyrie and Delilah, and it's all my fault.
Oh my god. I should have listened to Reed more. He warned us about this. Maybe if I had pressured you all not to sign up for this mission.
But you knew all of us. You knew all of us would jump at a chance to do anything for autopsy, and nothing would have stopped any of us. There's nothing you could have done or said, and you have no blame in any of this. It's my fault. It's all my fault. And in order to even get home and to keep everybody from dying, the High Evolutionary took my Norn Stone and with it my powers, and now I'm nothing anymore, and I can't fight evil anymore, and I can't be good, and I can't fix anything anymore, and it's still all my fault.
He kind of looks at you, looks back out there, goes, and then you hear, as the afterburners kick in, you guys start to fly up into the clouds. And he looks back at you again, looks back down, kind of, he opens up his mouth a couple times like he has something to say but doesn't know what to say. And then he goes, Daybreak, I think about quitting a lot. I don't think being a superhero, a lot of times I don't think being a superhero is the best use of our abilities. And sometimes I think I could do a lot more good being a guy. So you've got other talents, and just because you can't be a police officer or a firefighter doesn't mean you're worthless.
I don't know about that. I appreciate it. I do. I don't know what to do anymore. And I neglected my personal life and my real identity. I've neglected it for so long that I don't know how to be normal. And I don't know what to do, and I don't want to go back to that place and watch as everything happens to people and not be able to fix it. And I need some way, just some way to keep fighting, it's just some way to keep helping, because if I'm not helping somebody, I'm no good. I'm not good for anything. I think that's that way for everybody.
Hi.
But
I think there's a lot you could do. I can't help you being a normal person. I spend a lot of the time in the lab. But yeah, I don't know what to say for you. I think
That's
maybe
okay.
you should take a couple days off. And take like a week or so. You've gone through a lot. I know you were close with Delilah. You guys spent a lot of time in the base together. I'm the only one that's always there. Other than you guys. So, why don't you take some time off or something? I don't usually take time off, so I mean, if you want to go back to work, I would, but I'm told, or at least everything I've read says that's good when you've had a difficult situation. So.
How come you're not blaming me?
Well, I mean, it's much your fault as it is mine. I could have not let you all go there.
How would you stop us?
I wouldn't have finished working on the spaceship, and then you wouldn't have been able to go.
Oh.
And
It was
I mean,
a really
Autopsy
nice
was the one that thought this was the best option, and I mean, you all signed up for it together. It just seems like there's a lot. I mean, it does. I mean, I really don't. It's got to have been more to it than you just thought your friends' lives weren't as important as your powers. I don't think you're that kind of person. I hope.
Thank you. Let's just hope so. Hopefully I can live up to your opinion of me.
Boss. What's up? What's with all the glitter on your face?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
I didn't know you were in a hall or a thing, but I was gonna because I thought you
No, I can't. Thanks for the invite, though. I was outside earlier and you guys were here. Okay, I'm on a phone call. It'll probably be late, so. It's kind of late already, so. Probably not. Alright, I'll see you guys. Alright, I'm back.
Okay.
The
Welcome back.
kids came over. He wanted me to come outside and ride bicycles with them.
Aww.
Alright, so, yeah. I mean, like he said, Like I said, I don't think you did it because you thought your powers were more important in their lives. At least I hope not.
No, I don't. And I would give back every power I ever had and everything I've ever done if it meant bringing Delilah back. And Valkyrie too. I failed them all. I just failed them all.
Well, at least you learned something, right?
Look at you, always the eternal optimist.
Yeah, I don't know about that. This seems pretty bad. So we're here though.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you for the ride.
Do you well, do you have clothes or something here at the base?
I'm sure I have something somewhere.
Okay, how are you gonna get back from the Isle of Man to wherever you live?
I don't know. I'll catch a plane, I guess.
You sure about that?
Well, if you want to take me home, then that's just London.
I mean, you can. It's just, I think.
Actually, you know what? If you don't mind taking me back, just let me go clean out my locker and my room real quick. There's not much in there.
Why don't you keep it there? You know, maybe you'll be okay, and you'll still want to be a part of this or something. I don't know. I mean, it's not like we're short of space. We have a castle. So yeah, I mean, I guess they do have flights pretty frequently.
Yeah, she's gonna go and clean out her room and head back and just take a flight home is what she's gonna do.
Okay.
And try to put them behind her. So.
Okay.
At least that's her plan.
You grab your stuff and make your way out and changing your secret identity, which nobody on the team knows your secret ID, right?
No.
Except for Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron would be the only one that knows.
Because he knows
And I don't
everybody's.
even know that Aaron knows.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. So you change. You get a flight. You get to the airport at it's the big city on the Isle of Man. Douglas, I think. Anyways, you get to the city there. Wait a couple hours, get on the airplane, and about 2 hours later, you've departed in London. And it's 11 o'clock at night. You had a couple messages come in right when you arrived back on Earth.
Okay.
If you take a look at them, most of them are from the Hunter.
Oh, he's talking to her again. That's a good thing. She immediately calls him back.
Yeah, the messages are the Hunter telling you that he has gotten a lead on
Consortium?
the consortium.
She's gonna call him, and I think, like, kind of almost the excitement kind of overtakes her a little bit, and she calls him to volunteer to be like, "Hey, let me come help you."
And no one picks up. Before you leave, by the way, also I will say this: you did get Gadgeteer told you that he would work on something for you and get it to you as soon as he could. If you're still interested in being a superhero. But he said it would take him about a week.
Okay. No, she thanks him profusely, And yeah, she definitely wants whatever he can help her with. So, but yeah. So, would she know any places that the hunter might have gone?
No.
All right. So she'll leave a message, letting him know that she's back, that she would really love to go see him, and heads back to the dojo to see what kind of state that's in.
Dojo's running pretty normally. But the paperwork's piled up, and you get there. It's late at night, so nobody's there. The paperwork's piled up quite a bit, and additionally, there are some messages on the phone. When you press it, they're from reporters asking about the presence of Valkyrie and when the classes for her will begin, and whether any of them could get an interview. And there's quite a few prospective students there who have called in, who are asking to study under her.
She makes a few notes about who she's going to call back in the morning. Decides to tackle some of the paperwork anyway, and deletes all messages regarding Valkyrie.
Okay, that's you've got one message left. It's from your adopted parents. They are asking if you've been to the dojo. Give them a call. They're getting worried about you.
And then she sighs, aren't they used to this by now?
Yeah, this is how it normally goes, but usually you haven't been gone for a couple weeks. Except for that one time where you were missing for a couple months.
Right. Yeah, because she was in the Fey room.
Nope, not that one.
Call her parents.
The Doctor Doom one.
Oh, that one too. Then that's twice then.
That's twice,
Because she was gone for 3 months, yeah.
Yeah.
She decides she's going to call her parents back in the morning, call her brother in the morning, and her apartment's at the dojo, isn't it? I think we decided on that.
I think you lived in Battersea, didn't you?
She grew up in Battersea, and she worked for the Battersea Commission on Regulatory Actions or something like that, but I don't think she lived in Battersea, at least not, she hasn't for a while. Because I thought she moved into the dojo when money started getting tight.
Okay, yeah, so then you live at the dojo.
Okay. She, like I said, she finishes up some of the paperwork, turns off all the lights, and then she just goes upstairs to her room and just...
I want you to make an endurance roll. What's your endurance?
Her endurance is excellent.
I want you to make an endurance roll.
Okay. Hang on 1 second. Let me go. Personnel. Yeah, we'll do this one. So we're looking at a yellow.
Yeah, you managed to make it through all the paperwork, but you're dead tired. More tired than you probably ever felt. And there's a period towards the end where you're nodding off. You know what I mean? Where your head dips down, you close your eyes for a couple seconds, and you realize 10 minutes passed. You know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And but you do get through it, and as you do, it's everything seems harder, slower going than it has ever gone before, and it is about 4 or 5 in the morning when you're done.
Okay. So she's just gonna go to bed. But the one thing she does, she goes into her room and she's doesn't even turn the light on, but from the street lamp outside, she sees this glint out of the corner of her eye, and she turns and she just looks at the shield that's still hanging on the wall that still has the. I know we always say Nazi Captain America, but who was he really?
It was a Nazi
Red
Captain
Guardian?
America.
Yeah.
It was.
I thought
It was a Nazi Captain America. I mean, it was a Nazi. I don't know. What did they call him? But he was Captain America. It looked like Captain America with a Nazi symbol.
Okay. She sees that and she's just like.
On his chest and a Hail Hydra symbol on the shield.
Yeah, but she sees it and she's just like, all she can think about is that she's never going to be that anymore. And it turns into a really bad night for her.
Yeah, you see it. It's like poking out under, because I don't think you hang up your Nazi shield on the wall.
No,
right.
It's, like you said, it's kind of like poking out from behind it, like the tarp that it's under, so like kind of like sliding down a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for her. I really do, because she killed her best friend. She's powerless. Her whole life seems like it's for nothing at this point. And she's depressed. And she just doesn't know what to do with this. It's rare when she doesn't know what she's going to do, and she has no clue.
Okay, you wake up a few hours later at 6 in the morning. 2 hours later as the first students start to come in. You barely are able to drag yourself out of bed. And you come down late as workouts are beginning.
My student that went to the Olympics, is she there?
Yeah, the whole group's there. You've got the youth group, the advanced group that you usually work with. Yeah, I mean, your brother's there. You got one or two instructors, I'd say, that teach like the basic classes, former students.
Okay.
Yeah. You're there really to train the black belt plus kind of people, you know?
Okay. Yeah, so she's going to go and start working with that group. And how does that go?
What's your fighting now?
She goes, fantastic.
You are still about as good of a fighter as them, as you practice with them. A big portion of your teaching, I imagine, is probably like sparring and coaching while you spar. But they get some hits in, and it hurts like hell. And I want you to make an endurance roll.
Okay. Yeah, she got a white on this one.
Okay, at one point in time, one of them, you're sparring with, let's see. You're sparring with Grace, who's the worst of your four student. And she hits you in the eye, and you stumble backwards and hit the ground. And she's like, oh, sorry, Snow. And then everybody laughs, and they're like, she never even gets a bruise. And as you like look up at them, you can already your eyes starting to swell shut already. And they're like, oh no, what's wrong? And you already have these like giant black circles under your eyes, something that never happened to you before. And they're like, your four students come over and surround you. They're like, Frank's like, hey, Miss Sensei Kinwan. Gretchen's like, Snow, are you okay? Alan's just standing there like eyes wide, mouth agape. Grace is covering her mouth, and she's like, oh no,
It's okay, guys. I'm fine. I'm just not feeling well this morning. I didn't sleep. It's okay. Great shot, Grace. Yeah, we're gonna keep working on that and get you.
Should we take
get you trained up better.
Should we take a break? You want us to get some ice for that? As you feel the puffiness come in, something you have felt before, but only like when you got hit by like Thor's hammer in the face.
You know what? I'll go take care of that. Why don't you guys she pairs him off, and she's like, it gives him some exercises to go through, and she's like, I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, and you go over there and you get the ice pack that you keep and you put it on your face, and you just take a breather before you were about to do whatever you were about to do, and then you hear the bell ring as it's break for lunchtime, as 3 hours has passed, and you wake up, drool on the countertop, and you're laying there.
Oh man, do I wish things were different. She's gonna call her parents. She's gonna try and call the hunter again while everybody's eating lunch, and then, you know what? I think I'm gonna go for a walk at this point.
Okay. You see your friend, who is one of the fellow teachers there, Jordan Atkins. He's teaching your group now. It looks like he's been at it for a while, as they're into some specifics, and and he's got wheeled out the television to kind of go over some stuff after lunch. And by the time you've picked up and everything, your ice is melted in a big puddle on the counter. You see that,
not like this.
and kind of take a wave as you step outside. So you call your parents, and Theodore picks up and he goes, "Hello, Snow, is this you?"
Hi, Dad. How's it going?
"Oh, we're doing good. It would be great if you called more regularly. We're getting nervous. Did you go on a trip again?"
Yeah, I had another business trip. We were looking at some new prospects.
"Oh, great. I didn't know you recruited so widely. I thought they just..."
Sometimes you gotta go. Sometimes it seems like you have to leave the planet to find the good recruits.
That's crazy. I mean, you work mostly with the national team, so what are you doing with them all?
Oh, making the best of them that I can. How's Mom?
It's so different from when I used to teach there.
I know, you were the best, Dad. Nobody could ever touch you.
Back when I was on the world championship in the 60 in the 98 pound league, and he goes into one of his stories. As he tells you about his martial artist days. How he lost. He got the silver medal in the world championships that year. Anyways, and then so after you let him go through the story you've heard about 100 times, he goes, "Oh, what did you call for? So usually you don't respond to us this fast." Well, you just came back. As he laughs at his own joke, it wasn't that funny.
Oh, Dad, I missed you, and I want to check on you and Mom.
If you missed us so much, you'd come over once in a while.
Well,
It's always calls with you kids, with your technology.
I know, Dad. I know.
Do you want to talk to your mother?
Sure.
Gretchen! As he shouts. There's a couple more shouts, and then you hear, "I'm coming!" She picks up and she says, "Oh, Snow, it's so good to hear from you. I'm glad you called finally."
I'm sorry, Mom. I've been busy, as usual.
It's okay. I'm just glad to know you're okay. You want to come over? We're going to have meatloaf for dinner tonight.
No, I'm okay. I have some prior engagements. I was just checking on you, and I was wondering, nobody's trying.
Snow.
Has anybody?
I don't know about you, but I've seen this nice boy that's been coming to church with me lately. He's your age.
Yeah, that's great. But you know what? I'm seeing somebody.
You always have these prior engagement. Wait, what? Oh, tell me more.
I have to go, Mom. I'm dead exhausted.
No, you don't. You do this to your mother. I will call you right back for the rest of the day.
I'll tell you about it later, Mom. Love you. Gotta go. Bye. And she hangs up.
Her phone rings immediately.
She doesn't answer. But no, she's gonna, like I said, she's gonna try to call the hunter again, and I guess right now it's her. The next thing for her to do is to try to figure out new normal.
Yeah, the hunter picks up and he goes, hello?
Hey, it's me. I'm back.
Daybreak. What?
Not anymore.
Okay.
You said you had gotten some leads on the consortium. What's going on?
I did. Are you still working with that group of yours?
I'm not, no.
If you would like. Well, if you're still interested. And he laughs a little bit. He laughs a little bit of this, and he goes, I'm sorry. I had a run-in with a local hero, and they just don't have much commitment. Anyways, meet me on the rooftop of James Street. You know the intersection.
I do. I'll meet you there. What time?
10.
I'll be there.
We're, get ready. Could be some action tonight. Click.
Yeah. Sounds great. Let's do it. Even thinking she's never going to be a hero again, she's immediately going to go try to help her friend out. So, I guess I'm going to hang out till 10 and...
So yeah, you take your walk around the city. You walk a couple blocks, walking around. A guy offers you some like chips along the road. You're in London.
Nah, good.
And he's selling them, obviously. You see the city from ground level. Something you haven't really gotten much of since you left the Battersea Corporation. You haven't heard from those friends there in a while. But yeah, you walk back through that neighborhood. It's standing, which is an accomplishment for Battersea.
Yeah, it's been destroyed 4 times now.
Yeah, and yeah, they are. The city, the area looks fine, looks fairly populated, and you make your way through.
Yeah, the one thing she keeps thinking to herself over and over again, she's wondering how she can't give it up. She can't give up trying to help people. And she just has no idea how she's going to, but all she keeps telling herself is, no matter what, I'm not leaving these people to fend for themselves when they can't. And that's when she gets an idea. She knows she can't be Daybreak anymore, so she wants to go put together a new outfit to go meet the Hunter that night.
Okay.
Because she can't be Daybreak. She's not. So she that costume is put up. So. Does she happen to have a line on, like, where do the superheroes get their costumes?
Some super genius builds them for you, and that's what Gadgeteer was working on, costume for you.
Okay.
So you send him a picture of what you're thinking, and probably say, "Can you get this to me ASAP?" And he says, "Yeah, I can." Is the response, but it won't be very protective until I can spend some time to work on it. We're working on everything. It's like I said, maybe by the end of the week, should have it done.
I can wait for it. I'll figure something else out until then. I appreciate it, Gadgeteer.
And you get a message back that says, "Don't do anything dangerous, Daybreak. You're not bulletproof."
And then she responds, Come on, this is me you're talking to. Of course I'll be careful.
Frowny face.
Alright.
And then
She's just gonna hang out.
and then there's another one that says, "Text me if you get in trouble."
Sounds good. Alright, so is anything happening while she waits to go see Hunter?
No. You've got people that the people at the dojo are ask about you when you come back. Do you go back to the dojo?
No.
Yeah, so you've got a couple texts from people at the dojo, including the students, asking if you're okay, checking in on you.
She texted
As
back,
you're-
I'm fine, class is dismissed.
As you're walking through, it was like teachers and stuff. You did get one from the students, but they, Jordan says he's covering for you.
Okay.
And you realize at that, as you're kind of looking through the messages and your text message, you don't have very many messages. You have a lot of message chains, but many of them haven't had active messages in a long time. You look back through, you see, Frank Bruno, Abigail Veazey, Sarah Hilton, all these people from the Battersea Community Development Corporation. You see some messages from, Talia Prince, Michael Fuller, Maxine Webb, Sigurd Borson. But it looks like for most of them, other than the people related to your job, you haven't responded to them in a year or more.
So you know what? To pass the time, she's going to start with Talia and shoot her a message and see how she's doing.
Talia goes, "Oh, wow, hey, I thought after all that stuff where you were gone for that long period of time and they fired you, she calls, actually, and then that's what she says. Snow, it's still good to hear from you. Well, last I saw you'd went missing. And they put out that police report for you."
I remember the police report, yeah. No, they found me, apparently.
Where were you? What happened? Are you... Wow, goodness. Oh, I haven't heard from you in so long.
No, and I'm sorry. I'm a horrible friend, and things with the dojo and with my students going to the Olympics and things like that, things just got so crazy and out of hand, and I'm so terrible.
Oh, you're back at the dojo?
I'm back at the dojo, yeah. I'm teaching.
That's great. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Wow, if I had known, I would have... Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm sorry. Well, would you like... I'm getting married in a month or two, in 2 months now. I don't know if you remember him, but it was Logan Luther. Do you remember him?
Logan, it's been so long, Logan. Didn't you guys just start dating?
We worked with him at the Battersea Corporation.
That's right. I'm glad you guys were able to work something out there. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Well, would you like to come? I mean, it's been so long. I'd like to see you there.
I would love to.
Yeah,
I would love to.
She texts you the information. July 15th.
Okay. No, so she definitely says that she's gonna go, and she's just gonna call people on her list and try to kind of get back into life again and do exactly what the Gadgeteer suggested she do.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Who do you want to call next? You guys have a little bit of a chat. There's not a lot going on interesting for Talia. She's got a minor office-related promotion there. And because it has been about a year since you left there, and you had that back and forth with them. And then you, yeah. So, yeah.
I guess next she'll call Sigurd Borson and go from there.
No
But
answer.
Oh. She'll just start going down the list and see who answers and who doesn't.
As you get to the voicemail, it says this voicemail box is full.
Now that's odd. Because somebody like Sigurd would never let that happen because he's so conscientious about everything that he did.
Yeah.
You know what?
He was also. Do you remember who Sigurd was?
Wasn't he like the supervisor?
No, Sigurd was the Neo-Asgardian pagan priest of Odin.
Oh, yeah. The guy that she got her powers from. That's right. Okay, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Damn, she can't go visit him because she would portal over there to see him. You know what? She's going to start making plans to go visit him. But until she can get a chance to get away to do that, she's just going to, like I said, just keep trying to reconnect with her life and basically waste time until 10 o'clock. Or she's going to go home first. She's going to find an old black pair of jeans and a black hoodie to go wear to see the hunter. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the flight to Norway is fairly expensive, so you'll need to make a resource roll.
Yeah, that's going to be a fail, I already guarantee. She's at, let's see, what is her resource? Typical. Yeah, that's going to work out. Yeah, that's a white.
Yeah, you don't have the money for it.
Nah.
Your bank account's in a rough situation.
Which that I don't understand, considering her student. She has a line out the door of students that want to sign up, and they went to the Olympics. She should have a better resource by now.
Yeah, you would be in a likely situation to have more resources thanks to your publicity stunt of the sort, unintentional. But most of them are trying to sign up for Valkyrie's classes.
Oh well.
And you deleted all of their information.
That's still okay. That's alright. She can't help them anyway. She's not Valkyrie.
Alright. So, 10 o'clock comes by. You're in your all black Daredevil outfit, like from the Netflix series.
Yeah.
And you make your way out onto the city streets. What are you going to do?
She's just gonna pull her hoodie down. She's gonna she ties her hair back and stuffs it under the hoodie, and she just keeps her head down as she's walking towards Jade Street.
Okay, you walk over that way. It takes a little bit. It's quite a long walk, actually. But you left pretty early in anticipation of this, and arrive around 9 o'clock or so, 9:30. Hey, Speed.
Okay.
What up?
Hey.
I was suspicious. I only saw you rolling any dice. I was like, Jacob's not trying to kill anybody. What's going on?
Yeah.
There's nobody to kill yet.
We haven't done much. Well, we've done quite a bit. Mostly in establishing Snow's lack of human connections.
And have you noticed that she's all crap rolls except for 2 good ones?
It hasn't affected much. Yeah, she got really tired and fell asleep during work.
Relatable.
Been there, done that. Okay, so you make your way through the city, and you're standing in front of the building. You know Hunter will be there on the rooftop soon. It's it's like a deli with an apartment above.
Does she consciously notice a difference in the city now that she doesn't have her powers versus when she was just like portaling and like just like flying through and burst before? I mean, does it look darker? Does it look dirtier? Does it look more dangerous?
It's crowded down here. That's the big takeaway. People are bumping into you all the time. Nobody really looks at you. Most people seem to also have their head down, and some people look at you weird because you're in an all-black outfit with a black hoodie and walking around like a potential mass murderer. But actually, honestly, most of them ignore you. You're just jostled everywhere you go, and there's this great feeling of like a human mass, and you're assaulted by the various smells of the city. You walk past somebody's garbage and it stinks. You smell the splash of you feel the coldness of a splash of water as a car drives by, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the sounds are cacophony. You're constantly bombarded by construction and vehicles and people talking. There's just so much people talking, and that's in a lot of ways it's kind of a sensory overload.
I can see that. Her life, I mean, really was relatively quiet with bursts of activity and flurry, but for the most part, she never had to deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm heading over to go see the hunter.
Yeah, you're standing in front of the building. He wants to meet you on the rooftop.
Yep. So I'm heading up. I'm climbing the fire escape.
Okay. You walk around to the side, looking for a fire escape. There is one. It is been pulled up though. A couple of people are like walking by. Some of them look in the alleys down at you as you're standing underneath the fire escape.
Okay, I'll wait for them to leave, but with a
there's
strength...
just a constant change of people.
All right. Well, you know what? With this a strength of excellent, couldn't she just jump and grab it?
With a roll, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. 71.
Okay, you leap up, you kind of take a couple steps and jump up, grab it, pull it down on it. Your body weight is not enough to bust loose this rusted up fire escape, and you have to like wobble and swing back and forth until it goes chunk and falls down. And you look around, people are watching you. A couple people take your picture as you start to go up the fire escape.
Well, there's nothing she could do about it now unless roll an appearance to make it look really cool.
I mean, you didn't do anything silly, so I mean, I don't think there was much more you could have done.
Alright.
So you start to run up to it, and as you make your way up, there's a light that flips on in the apartment there, and the window is pulled open, and a baseball bat stuck out at you and says, "Hey, what are you doing on the fire escape to my apartment? Are you trying to bust in here? You look like a thief. I've already called the police on you."
Oh God, what is wrong with people these days?
You're in all black, and you just jumped up and crawled up my fire escape.
I'm not coming anywhere near you, old man.
I mean, you've got a mask on and everything. You just wait right here, and I won't have to detain you. I could do that. It's a citizen's arrest.
Sure it is. And she just ignores him and keeps going.
You're not. Hey, this is private property. You're trespassing.
And she still ignores him and keeps going to the roof.
Okay. He does not pursue.
So, alright, so what do I see when I get up there?
A familiar sight. You're looking down on a city. You're about 3 stories up. There's a number of buildings taller than you. And, yeah.
Okay, I know we talked about this earlier, where the hunter knows her identity. Does she know his?
You said no. And I think that's good with me, yeah.
Alright. Is he up there yet?
No, you got there a little early still.
Okay. Then I'm basically just going to wait for him at this point. see anything? Like
Uh,
anything on the streets or?
you're pulled away from the city, so you can just kind of see it below you, and it's you're separated from it. The people are down there, and you're up here now, and you almost feel like you can breathe now.
Now that it's quieter.
Yeah.
I kind of want to scan the area. I want to see if there's anybody that needs any help, or if I see anything looking odd. Maybe try to start honing your skills of just observation at this point.
Roll intuition.
16. That is a green.
A green. You scan the place. There's a couple people who look like they might be pickpockets, but you can't really see anything. They don't look like they've done anything, or at least not while you're watching.
Okay. At this point, there's really not much for her to do except wait for the hunter to show up. Okay, that's a cool audio track.
Alright, so yeah, you are waiting up there, and then suddenly there is like, and then boom, as like a hard impact is done behind you, and you look back, and the hunter's there. He kind of wears like a let's give him a picture. I have an idea of what he looks like, and let's see. He's got like a heavy, like military style body armor on. And underneath of his arms, he has these like gliding wings that can unfurl to kind of let him descend gracefully. He doesn't wear a helmet or face mask. He has one of those he has like a visor kind of thing that covers his eyes. But it from his armor unfurls once combat begins, like a helmet that covers up his eyes, and he has he carries like a gun and like a collapsible sword, and he has like a ragged looking, like a post-apocalyptic looking kind of cape around him as well that helps hide the weaponry.
Okay.
Kind of like this, but with a cape.
That's really cool. I think that's very similar to what I would have put him in. Only instead of a cape, I would have done a trench coat.
Yeah, he had a trench coat when you guys worked in the consortium, because you guys got transported to meetings a lot, right? So you drove like the company car or whatever. Company car, air quotes. But now that he's basically leaping from building to building a lot, he has switched it out. The trench coat was a little annoying.
Hunter, it's good to see you again, friend.
He looks you up and down and goes, Daybreak, what the hell? What is this? You look like a thief. And then you hear...
I'm not Daybreak anymore.
You hear... And he looks over, says, police are headed this way. There must be a crime going on nearby. He runs over to the edge. Starts to scan.
Yeah, we might want to leave. I don't think there's a crime nearby.
Alright, let's go. And he, and Batman jettisons himself up with a grappling hook. Yeah, to a taller building, 2 buildings away.
Can she follow him on the zip line?
No, I mean, it's a retractable one. It pulls him in.
Oh, gotcha.
He looks back at you.
You.
Come on! As he shouts.
Thus, the only thing she can do is start to climb down the fire escape.
You do that, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he stops and yells at you from the building as he cuts the line loose.
I can't portal. I can't jump it. I can't fly.
He's not wearing his helmet right now, so you can see his eyebrows kind of furl. The visor blocks his eyes, and most of his nose is like a half thing right now. And it shows a bunch of information. And if you look inside the visor, it shows information of what's going on.
Kind of like an Iron Man mask.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
And then, but it's like a half. It's just like a, you know what I mean, like a Cyclops visor of a sort.
Okay.
Anyways, and he looks a bit confused, and then he rushes forward, jumps, unfurls the underarm gliders, and glides back over to you. And he says, "Come on, Snow." He said, he doesn't say Snow. He says, "What do I call you then? If you're not Daybreak."
Chasm.
Chasm? Okay, Chasm. Come on. And he puts an arm out. To, like, hold on.
Yeah, she like puts her arms around his neck and.
Okay. I meant more. Okay, that's fine.
So he can just take her. She's not gonna. I mean, hey, he wants to take her. Go for it.
Yeah, he was gonna, like, hook you and hold you, but now you just kind of got him around the neck, and you zip line off, and he like coughs a couple times as you land on the next building over. Do this a couple. After that, he like wraps an arm around your waist, and then you have to hang on the side, right? And he grapple hooks you 2 more buildings away.
Okay.
And he goes, "What's going on, Chasm?"
I lost my powers. And
Are you sure you should be doing this? You don't really have a lot of training.
then maybe you can train me. I can't stop doing this. I can't.
The mission's too important for me to use up time training you.
But wouldn't it make up for it having 2 people working on it? Look, the consortium has done just as much to me as it's done to you, and I want to see them stopped.
He like sighs, walks over to the side, scratches the back of his head, and looks over the edge of the building, kind of rubbing his temples. He turns back to you, and you can see that, like, he's looking almost a little embarrassed in a way at this, and like uncomfortable. His eyes kind of shifted off to the side. He goes, Snow. He says your real name. You don't have any abilities. I trust you with this. I trust you a lot, but you're just gonna get yourself killed.
I would have gotten myself killed a million times before now, and I'm still alive.
This is different. You
I
don't
can do
understand. You were dependent on those powers. Snow. I mean, without them, you're not suited for this.
I'm nothing without them.
There's other things
We
you
have
could
worked
be.
together.
There's other things you could be doing. You don't have to be involved in this anymore. You don't have
Yes,
the training,
I do.
you don't have the background, and you don't have the powers anymore. You're just going to get hurt.
I have the background. I have information on the consortium that even you don't. Remember, I was a team leader. And they did tell me things. And I do know stuff about the people in the consortium, and you don't know these things. And you know what? Yes, I'm going to be childish, and I'm not telling you anything until you agree to bring me with you. You need backup anyway. And I may not be able to shoot lasers anymore, and I might not be able to fly. But I am still valuable.
Look,
And
you barely made it out of the fight with Tsunami last time when she turned traitor on you. And you had powers then. What are you going to do now? She'll just kill you. You'll be dead. I don't want you to die. And he walks over and grabs you by the shoulders.
I don't want to die either, but I don't want to live a life that has no meaning anymore.
He walks you over to the edge.
have-
And he goes, look, none of those people have meaning. Is that what you think? That's not why I'm doing this.
You're doing this because they almost killed you. And it's revenge for you.
Revenge is only a part of it. You don't stick with something just because.
Exactly.
It's not going to work that way. If that's all you think, about these people down below, then you don't need to be doing this.
No, I don't think that about these people. I think that about me.
How are you any different
I'm sorry.
than anybody else?
Because I hold myself to a different standard than I hold other people to. And you know what? I don't have to answer to them. I have to answer to me.
He sits down. He goes, so, it's not just revenge for me, you know that, right?
Yes, I know.
I'm doing this because of what they've done to everyone, to all these people, and some of them, they don't even know who's been stabbing them in the back these years. I want to help.
Can't. Then help. Please.
But you're not suited for this anymore. Do you understand?
I may not be suited to being a superpowered freak, but I am suited to help, and I am suited to be good, and I am suited to be a partner that you need.
I'm not going to lie to you, Snow, as he stands up and he looks you right in the eyes, and like he for once you feel a little intimidated, maybe. Actually, Daybreak's pretty I know you don't have a high psyche, so I don't know. You figure out what it is, but you realize for once that he's a lot bigger than you, and physically he's probably stronger than you, and he just kind of looks at you. He's not trying to, but for a second you realize, like, whoa, this guy's a dangerous guy, which is never probably a thought you had for Hunter, you know?
Because he was a human. He was just a normal human.
He was a normal human, yeah. So you look up at him with whatever feelings that brings, and he looks at you and he says, I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to die. And I don't want you to die. I can't bring you out there and put you in this situation.
Then what are you going to do when I go out there by myself?
I can't stop you. But that doesn't mean I'm going to support it.
Then that's your choice. But you've worked with me long enough to know that I don't take no for an answer. And you can either help me and keep me alive.
I can only feel like that's what got you into this situation.
You can either help me.
You're too stubborn for your own good, and you won't listen to anyone. And he shoots off.
Alright, then her next step is she does have, because before they left, she had a line on a couple of places where the consortium might be. She's going to go check them out.
Okay. Your next step, though, is to go over there and you take a brick and you bash the handle off the doorknob and walk down the stairs of the skyscraper.
Yeah. No cool backflips for her anymore.
Alright, so making your way out onto the street. You look up one last time, you see the Hunter up there. He's looking down at you. And
she salutes him and turns her back on him and walks into the night.
As you're turning your back, you can only feel him shake his head. Alright. So,
she is good.
Yeah, you make your way out into the streets, you heading back towards your home. What do you want to do?
does go home. She goes to that corner where the tarp is, and she just yanks it off the shield, and she picks it up, and she's looking at it, and she remembers that damn near perfect battle that she had, and knows that she might not ever have that again, but she's not going to give up being a hero just because of a little drawback like losing her powers. And she takes it down to the dojo, and she starts training any way she can.
Okay. So if you don't have somebody to train you, you can still get a talent for double cost.
That's fine. I can still afford it.
Do you want to, or do you want to find somebody to train you?
I would like to find somebody to train me because that just makes more sense.
Okay. Who are you going to find to train you? What do you want trained in? Sharp weapons, right?
Sharp weapons, yeah.
Okay. And did you want blunt weapons to use your shield in combat, or?
I'd like to be able to do both, yes.
Okay, so you can get sharp weapons and blunt weapons, or you could get Weapon Master, which would allow you to use all weapons, all melee weapons, I believe, at +1.
Okay. That does not make so much sense to me because she's not going to have all this time to train in all these different weapons. But I would like to do blunt and sharp because that's what she has.
I mean, that's all weapons, blunt and sharp. So.
Oh, so yeah, then weapons master's fine.
Yeah. I mean, blunt and sharp are like stacked with weapon master. So. That's up to you.
I'm gonna do blunt and sharp.
Alright. Where are you gonna find somebody to train you?
She's gonna start with a call to the gadgeteer.
No pickup. It's late.
Oh, she'll leave a message.
Okay.
And then she might actually start asking around some of the other, I mean, she won't be able to do it tonight because it's still late, but maybe in the morning, she's going to start making some calls to some of the other styles of fighting, like the Kung Fu and like even, I don't know what they call ninja school, but ninja schools.
Okay.
And she's going to start calling in favors from other dojo masters.
You reach out to your friend, who you haven't talked to in a long time, who is Michael Fuller. He's a martial arts tournament organizer, asking you to get in contact with some people. And he says, what are you trying to learn? You tell him, and he says, I don't know anybody who could teach much of that. And then you tell him you're also interested in blunt weapons, and he says, oh yeah, and he gives you a suggestion to a guy who trains in like Eastern martial arts, weapon ones like nunchucks and bow staffs and stuff like that. So bludgeoning weapon.
Okay.
Or there's the like the kendo school, so you could learn Oriental weapons, as it's called.
Would it matter which one, just so I could use my shield?
I mean, blunt would be melee combat with your shield. But there is no. He doesn't have any recommendations for a sharp weapon teacher.
Okay. So yeah, I'll start with the blunt one since I already have the shield anyway. So I'm going to start with that.
Okay. You're quick study, and you spend most of the rest of the week working on that. That you are not at. Do you continue to go to work and everything?
You know what? No, I'm going to take the week off. I've got people that can train for me. They have been so far, and I want to focus on this for a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, the rest of the week passes by. you spend 500 karma and get blunt weapons. You'll have to spend a while longer training, right, in your off time, but we'll say you have it for story purposes.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got blunt weapons. Gadgeteer sends you his equipment that you asked for. It's beta cloth material, so it's excellent protection versus physical. It's body armor, excellent /10, so 20/10. And then he gives you the lightsaber sword, which is a energy weapon. It is fantastic material strength, but the blade is made out of 45 energy.
Okay.
It has a limited power back because the original intention was to power it with your light energy.
Right.
Additionally to that, the soles of the boots have a like impact absorbing thing, so if you jump from high heights up to 10 stories, you won't take damage. Make a note of all this, right?
I'm writing it down now.
And additionally, it will allow you to have a vertical leap of your strength score.
So vertical leap of excellent. Okay.
Yeah, and a horizontal leap of 3 times your strength score.
Vertical is strength score and horizontal is 3 times?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, that's all. Oh, and then he has repainted the shield to whatever you want it to look like.
It's gonna sound kind of weird, but you know Delilah's hat?
Yeah.
There's gonna be like a white outline of the shape of the hat, and emblazoned on the hat is gonna be a coiled dragon.
Yeah. Okay, so there's
And it's
a
gonna be
white.
black and gold.
There's a black and white shield, black and gold shield with a white witch's hat on it. What's up? Hold up.
Sure.
What's up?
Hey, Rebecca, 1 second. I'll be right back.
No problem. Speed, there.
Yo.
Just curious. You're making me paranoid, just so you know.
No, I'll just hop in sometimes if I see people playing. I'm not doing much.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I feel better.
Yeah, no, Jacob hasn't brought me in to try and murder you or anything. Although
No,
that
I didn't
would
think
be-
you would. He said anybody can come that wanted to. Just, I need a detective.
Yeah, I'm not even, like, ready to play or anything. I'm actually sick.
I
Oh,
never.
I'm sorry. I actually just got over it. A cold.
I never have this much activity on a Wednesday night. They were
You're
outside.
special.
They were outside fixing Brian's bicycle. So
Aw.
Nice.
we're playing tomorrow. Speed, if you want to join. Jordan and I are.
I'll see how I feel. I've been a little sick, so Charlotte has COVID, and I'm pretty sure I've got it now too.
Oh my
Do
God,
they
I'm
still-
so sorry.
Do they still quarantine you?
I mean, we're quarantining. I'm not gonna like go to the grocery store and make somebody else feel as miserable as me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, are you? Do they force you to just stay home from work now?
I'm already work from home.
Oh,
So-
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I don't. I like go into the office once every few months for like events as a manager, but yeah, most of the time I'm just chilling.
Living the dream. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you've been presented your your equipment, Daybreak. I mean, Chasm.
That's going to take some getting used to.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been her for 2 years now. Crazy. She's gonna go and try it on, and then now that she has some training and she has the outfit, she is going to head towards the office building that she had last heard any sort of information about and check it out.
Okay. So, you get flown back, and he drops you off, and Gadgeteer looks at you and says, "Hey, reach out. We're your friends. We'll come to your aid if you're in trouble."
Yeah, I'm sure you guys will. I appreciate it.
I'm sure this is the same thing for your whoever that guy was that you were telling me about earlier. The Bowman.
Let's see. Let's test that theory,
Whatever his
shall we?
name was.
No, it'll be good. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. Let's do it.
Okay.
If you see Ira, give her a hug for me.
I don't like to touch kids, but
Then tell her I'm sending her a hug.
okay, I can do that. You could just call her though. I mean, okay, never mind. Bye.
Bye. Oh, the Gadgeteer and feelings don't go hand in hand. That's funny. So she is gonna head to the storefront office complex.
All right. And why do you believe you know of a location where the consortium's operating out of London?
She did get the lead from Hunter before they left.
Ah. Okay, let's see. Okay, yes, you go to the Central Land Management's office building.
Okay.
The place is closed. You're in a office development. A lot of low standing buildings, quite large in size because they're big offices. One is this major real estate development company. Looks like it has an office for about maybe estimate 100 people.
Okay. How tall is it?
They own the building but share the office space, so we're gonna say 4 stories.
How tall or how high can you jump on an excellent?
What did you write down?
It's excellent. So I don't know what that is in feet or meters or whatever.
What is your? It's 20 feet. It's excellent vertical, so it will be 20. Whatever
Excellent
the number.
vertical,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. You don't have the numbers written down for those stats?
Like, no, because I don't. That as far as like what it actually equates to in like real space time, I don't.
To be fair, she's never had to jump before, Jacob.
Excellent is 20, right?
Okay. Yes.
And then what are your other stats?
Her strength is excellent 20. The agility is fantastic.
35.
Fighting is fantastic.
35.
Mm-hmm.
So
Endurance,
35,
excellent.
35, 20, 20. So those 4 add up to your health too. So
Right. So her health is 110.
yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying is the numbers. Like what did your strength used to be?
Oh, what did you say? Let me check. I gotta look at a different one.
Remarkable 30, wasn't it?
Strength? No. Hold on.
Incredible 40.
I think it was incredible. Hold on, I have it here. I just gotta pull it up. Her strength before. Oh yeah, her strength was remarkable.
That's what I thought.
Fighting was amazing. Yeah.
But see,
Amazing,
they're
spectacular,
amazing
remarkable,
50,
remarkable.
spectacular 70.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. Right. What I'm asking is how high up can she jump with an excellent strength?
Well, you have special boots that tell you
That I can jump as high as my skill. But
Yes.
I still don't know what that means.
you can. What you should have written down was you can have a vertical leap equal to your strength score.
That's what I wrote.
And your
But
strength.
I still don't know how high.
What
an
is your
excellent
strength score?
Strength is excellent.
Which is what number?
20. So I can jump 20
Yes.
feet in the air.
Yeah.
That's all you had to say.
Well, I didn't know why you were. I thought you were trying to figure out what the scores were.
No, I know the scores.
Yeah, so you can. I mean, if the boots just let you jump this whatever an excellent strength allows you to jump, they wouldn't do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I think is half of your strength score or something like that, or a quarter of your strength score.
Okay. So anyway, she won't be able to leap to the top of the building. So I would like to look around and see if there is an unguarded entrance, if there's a way that she could break in on the lower level.
As you scan the place, there is a guardhouse kind of thing. You know, it's like a low security facility. It's got a large fence around it, metal fence, and a large parking and like a large grassy area around the whole place. Yard of sorts. There's one guy sitting in there. As you like kind of look into it, you can see he's sitting in there flipping through a newspaper. Legs kicked up on the dash. You don't see anybody else in the whole facility.
Do you think I can stealth my way around him? Or what role would that be for?
If you just
Agility?
walk to the other side of the building and then jump over the fence, you'll not have any problems clearing the fence
Oh.
and getting spotted by him. There are a lot of cameras on the building, and you imagine there's a security system.
Right. Well, simply for lack of anything. I don't know if that would work. Alright, Plan B. She's gonna jump the fence on the other side and do some reconnaissance and see if she can spot like the security system.
Okay. You walk around the building in the back. You see a couple cameras here and there. They have pretty good coverage. You think you're probably on camera right now. There's no noticeable security system on the outside.
Okay. What
You
kind of
look
doors,
at the
security
ground
doors?
and you don't think. Roll intuition.
Hang on a second. There we go. $35. She got a. That's a white. That sucks.
Yeah, you don't see any like embedded in the ground turrets or anything that are going to pop up to shoot you. No noticeable exterior system, just the cameras.
Okay. Can I throw my shield and take a camera out?
Yeah.
And that's going to be fighting?
No, the camera's not going to dodge. So you throw the shield, it hits into the thing, it breaks the camera, the shield drops to the ground, you jog over and pick it up.
Okay. And then I'd like to see if I can get through, like if there's a fire door or if there's a security door.
Yeah, there's a back door, if that's what you're asking.
Yep, let's head that way.
Okay. Yeah, you will walk over to it. It's since the back door, it's like two steel doors. It's like a fire escape.
Okay.
You hear some
Expert
cars
strength.
rushing by on the outside. The grass is kind of wet and damp, cold, misty day, evening. And you're kind of look there, scan the place. Don't see anybody around. Put your hand on the door. Give it a tug. It's very tightly sealed.
Okay.
You have taken out the camera closest to you, so you're currently in a blind spot, which I think was your intention. So
It's exactly what my intention was.
I wasn't initially. I thought you were just testing to see if you could break cameras. But
No, I was.
But I figured it out.
I was actually
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah, I
take
got
the
it now.
cameras out.
Yeah.
And there's no way I can pull the door open at all.
Make a strength roll.
Damn, green.
Yeah, that doesn't budge.
Okay.
It's quite loud though, and you wonder if you've alerted anybody.
Alright, I am going to leave and I'm going to come back during the day as snow, just to see if I can actually get into the building at that point, along with everybody else that works there, to see what it looks like on the inside.
Okay. You go back and leap back over the building, and as you are hitting the alley on the back side,
Firefly shows up.
what do you want to do? Where are you headed? What are you doing?
I am going to...
Walking down the street, or jumping on the nearest building and running, or what?
I'm gonna run, jump up to the top of the closest building that's the height I can reach, and maybe just jump from building to building.
Okay, so you jump up in the closest building you can reach. Kind of, you have to get like an older building that's got ledges and stuff, and you take a couple jumps to get to the top. But by the time you get up to the top, you hear police sirens on the way here.
Then I'm staying on top of the buildings and I'm getting away from there as fast as I can.
Okay.
And
You start to run, jump off to the next building as you see the police pass by you going towards
You know what I'd like to
Central
go-
Land Management.
okay, I'd like to go check out the wharf and see if anything's going on there.
Okay. Good. Time to bust out the big boys. Roll a D100. No, this is good. What'd you get?
61.
Okay. Let's see. Roll one more time for me.
Hang on. Doesn't like the application. That's weird. It's not rolling. Hold on. Let me do it on my phone.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, as you arrive at the wharf, you see a armed group of individuals there, dressed in like regular looking clothes, jeans and t-shirts and stuff, mostly of some Middle Eastern descent. Unloading crates from like a little speedboat looking thing off the river.
Alright. She's gonna put what the gadgeteer suggested into practice, and she's gonna call the hunter and tell him that there may be something going on at the wharf, and she could use some help if he so deigns to show up.
No call. No answer.
She's going to leave the message, and then I'm going to watch and see if I can tell what's in the crates, or is it just wooden boxes?
They're like wooden boxes. You do hear some guy... roll intuition. Most of the people here are carrying guns, too, by the way.
That is a green on intuition.
You overhear two of them talking. They're like, so, and those equipment he ordered from the Soviets? The boss ordered from the Soviets? They're like, yeah, this is big stuff, boys. We're gonna be the new kingpins of crime in this city. And they laugh.
Kingpins. Alright. I don't want to come out of the shadows just yet. I want to try and
You
follow
hear
where
a
the
couple
crates are
people
going.
speaking, and they're speaking Turkish.
Too bad I don't know Turkish.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to watch them, and I'm going to reconnoiter. And I would like to be able to follow the crates. Are they just taking them into one of the buildings, or are
Yep.
they loading them somewhere else?
Roll agility.
Damn. I want you.
There it goes. Oh, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
There it
Yeah,
goes.
there's 66. Damn, just shy of yellow green.
You are like trying to follow the stuff, and you kick over like a loose brick and it hits the ground. And they're like, "Hey, who's there?" And a bunch of guns are drawn. And they're like, They look around. You duck down, and they're like, "Must have been nothing." maybe a seagull. And someone's like, yeah, one of those damn birds stole my fish and chips just a couple days ago. Like, I hate them. Rats with wings, that's what they are. And he goes, no, that's what they call pigeons. Right.
Alright.
So they're loading them into a warehouse here.
Okay. I'm going to skirt the warehouse. This place can't be as heavily guarded as the other one, and I want to find a different way into the building.
There are cameras.
Let's take a camera out.
Roll reason.
That would be a white.
Alright. Boom, you throw the thing. As the metal shield crashes into valuable electronics, sparks hit the ground, the shield clatters to the ground below it, and everybody looks up and guns are pointed on you. You got a quip?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
Actually, right now, it's, panic is setting in, and she can't think right yet. She'll have a quip later.
She just goes, ha ha, and boom, 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 as you drop to the ground as machine gun fire rattles the building in front of you.
Would her shield be able to protect her from the...
It's on the ground.
Then I'm going to make a break for the shield and go grab it.
You're on top of a building, right? That's what you said.
I thought I was down on the ground.
Oh, I mean, you wouldn't have been able to kick over a brick. I assumed you escaped by leaping from building to building, so I assumed you didn't land onto the ground and walk in.
No, I'm sorry, because I figured it's like she escaped on building to building, but by the wharf there'd be no way for her to really jump.
You're on top of warehouses, you know. 40-foot distance is good, or 60-foot distance is good distance. You can make those
see, that totally changes what I would have done.
Anyways, so, I mean, you would have still
settled.
had to throw in the shield to break a camera, so, to get in there.
True, but it'd be a heck of a lot easier to get it.
Yeah, so anyways, yeah. You're ducked down as machine gun fire riddles the building in front of you.
Okay.
What do you want to do? You're pinned down.
Call for help. Call for help.
Alright. Who you calling?
Well, it would take the gadgets here at least a half an hour, 45 minutes to get there. So the only person that she knows might be in the area, she's going to call Hunter again.
Okay, no call. Answer.
Well, then...
You hear some people clambering up the staircases on the inside. They're old metallic, so you hear click, 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 click. As if there was another 10 or so people on the inside of the warehouse.
Okay. Is there an access roof? Access hatch?
Yeah.
I want to go through there.
Alright, roll agility. As you stand up, they are able to fire on you.
So that's a green.
Roll 3 of them.
Oh, sorry.
I got a white, a red, and a yellow.
So, let's see. Green, white.
No, I got a green, a white, a yellow, and a green. Oh, a red and a green. Alright, and you got green, white. Okay, so the first round of fire misses you. The second one, boom, stamps and cuts right through your beta cloth as you see your blood pour out of the front of your chest. You immediately take 35 damage on the critical. It pierces straight through your armor because bullets count as sharp weapons. You stumble forward, pulling yourself up, you look back, and then boom, another shot hits you in the back. You take 30 more points of damage.
Okay. And then, can I get into the door?
Yeah, you rush over to the door, boom, hit into it, and yank, and oh no, it's locked. But you're out of the way of the gunfire for a second. You can hear people readjusting. They're like, get on those boxes! Take her out! She's some sort of superhero!
Alright, I want to try to smash the lock on the door.
With your what?
Like you said, there's bricks and stuff that are up there. Use a brick to do it.
Oh, you also have your lightsaber, too. Remember?
Oh, that's right, I do that. I want to use that.
Okay, so
About it
you cut right through it. The door swings open harmlessly, and then you see a bunch of guys standing there with your hands on their guns, and they raise them at you.
I take a swipe with the sword.
Okay, that will kill somebody.
Not if I want to maim them.
Okay.
Well, I mean, can I use it to try to block bullets? I don't have that kind of speed.
Nope.
What about brandishing it at them to make them duck, and so she can kind of dive over the top of them?
Two of them are going to shoot at you because you busted open the door. All right. So dodge,
That's fine.
but you can counterattack, right? If you
Right.
want to lightsaber, you probably kill these guys, but
How about
That's your
lightsaber the gun?
yeah, you could do that.
That's what I want to do.
Okay. So 2 dodges. First is a yellow. The second is a green.
Green and a yellow.
All right. So the first one, boom! The blast hits you right in the stomach. More blood comes out. You're woozy. I want you to make a. Endurance roll.
Wait.
All right. You stumble backwards and hit the ground as the shot impacted hard. That's another 30 points of damage. So you're taking 95 so far. Then, boom, 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 more shots come in. You roll off to the side. You stand back up. 5 of them are on the stairwell, and you hear 3 sets more boots coming up.
And I'm at the top still, or I'm behind the ones that are at the door?
You're at the top, yes. Yeah, you're outside of the warehouse. You're still on the roof.
Oh, crap. Okay. Can I run to one of the fire escapes?
It's a warehouse. There are no fire escapes. But you can jump down
There
from...
has to be fire escape. Okay, I'll jump down.
You can jump down with no impact because of the fall distance.
Alright, then I'm going to jump down from it.
Okay, you
And
rush
hide my shield if I possibly can.
forward and jump off the building. And as you hit the ground, you look over to the side, and there are 3 of the guys there with guns at the ready. One fires at you. And then before the other 2 can fire at you, you hear 2 gunshots, and they grab their leg and hit the ground.
How about a red for my dodge?
You duck down, rolling past him. Boom, throw an elbow into his face. He goes, oh! He stumbles backwards, holding his bloody nose. And you grab your shield and you start to run. As you look back, he turns to draw and fire on you again, and another shot hits him in the shoulder, and he drops to the ground.
Do I see where the gunshots come from?
Across the way, there's a figure in dark black armor and a ragged cape, shooting him with a gun as you make a run for it.
Okay. Do I get away?
Yeah.
Alright. She calls him, because she knows exactly who it is.
No answer. But as you round the corner, you feel like a rope lasso around your legs. Make a strength roll if you want to break free. And you are zipped up onto the rooftop as you're dangling there. He's wrapped you around some sort of like a gargoyle, Gotham style. And he reaches down and grabs you by the rope around your legs and pulls you up onto there. And as you're pulling your legs out of there, he goes, Snow, what are you doing? And he, as you try to push yourself free, he pushes you back onto the ground and like reaches into one of the pockets and pulls out some like bandages and stuff. And at that, I need you to make an endurance roll.
Oh, because I'm bleeding out.
Yeah, you're bleeding. You've got 3 bullet wounds.
Ugh. Oh, really? Oh, it's not taking any of them. Hang on. I don't know if you want to roll it for me. It's not taking mine. It's saying the application is not responding.
Okay.
Oh, I'm afraid when you roll for me because it's never good.
Alright, what is that for you?
77 is going to be a yellow.
Okay, so, yeah, what are you going to say? You grit your teeth, and you're feeling a little dizzy from blood loss, but you think you'll be fine. You're not going to pass out or anything.
Anytime soon, anyway.
No, yeah. What do you...
I told you this is what I was going to do. I told you. And you didn't believe me, but...
No,
I can't just say...
Snow, hold still. And he pushes you back down as you're yelling at him. And he says, I knew you were going to do it. Why do you think I was here?
To gloat?
No, I don't want to gloat. I don't want to see you with a bunch of holes in your chest. As he, well, I guess your stomach, as he pushes down and applies pressure to the bullet wound on your stomach. And then he goes, this one's stuck. 1 second. And he pulls out a pair of tweezers and pulls a bullet out of you.
Hey, can I keep that? And then she passes out. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for the help. I appreciate it.
You were going to be dead. You understand that, right?
I do. I didn't intend for it, but I didn't have the training that I needed to possibly stay alive a little bit longer. But hey, you know, they say that pain is the best teacher, and maybe I'll do better next time.
Size. It'd take years for you to be ready. You understand? You've learning martial arts, right? I mean, I trained for years. And I can still end up like you.
I know.
You're not bulletproof. So you're not Daybreak anymore. He shakes you. And you like as you say that, you're like holding your shoulder, and there's an immense pain. He goes, sorry, and he starts to bandage up the shoulder wound.
Thank you. But I don't think I can live an ordinary life. I had a touch of greatness there for a while, and I want it back. And this is the only way I know how to do that. I'm sorry, I'm selfish. I understand that. Yes, I'm putting myself in danger, and that's selfish because you don't want me to be. But I want me back.
He looks at you and he says, you need to understand what it's like to be a normal person, and that you have value outside of being a superhero. Until then, you're just going to take these risks, and you're going to end up in a body bag. I can't always be there to save you.
I know. And
you're not bulletproof. You don't understand.
I do understand that I am not bulletproof. But I need to help people. And, you know, sitting behind a desk like I used to in Battersea was fine and all, but it didn't do anything. I've helped save the world. And when you do something like that, how do you go back to the little box? How do you go from infinity back to this? I might as well be in a coffin now.
Shakes his head at you. He says,
Please help me.
I don't think you're wrong to do something to help people. But I don't think you understand why you should do these things.
To that I don't get.
You need
Why
to figure
should I
it
do
out.
these things? I know why I should do these things.
You are putting everything you've got into being some sort of superhero. That seems to be all you have. So no, you could have more than this. This doesn't have to be your life.
But what if I want it to be my life?
Don't. It's a terrible life. That's what I do.
And
I hate it.
You love every second of it.
I don't.
Then
I
why
don't.
do
And he
you do
slams
it?
his fist down on the ground. There's nothing left for me. As he shouts. He goes, there
something
is
left for you, you
nothing.
idiots."
Everything is gone. It's all been taken from me, Snow. And don't end up like me. And you're going down the same path.
Then let me help you get it back.
Or you'll be dead. And he gets up. And he says,
Hunter, don't.
he looks
Let
back
me
at
help
you.
you too.
And he says, you need to train. You need to know when to pick your battles and when to fight.
Help me, please.
I can't.
So me pulling you out of the ocean when they shot you in the back to kill you and you were dying and I pulled you out. I need you to pull me out now.
I just did. And he...
No. And she screams after him, you are such an idiot. I guess she needs to go to the hospital.
I mean, you got action movie star powers, right? So you'll be fine.
I just have to go home and sleep it off, right?
Yeah, you're, what's the guy from the...
Last action hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No. Like, Die Hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, he gets shot like 20 times in that movie.
I think this is a little more last action hero, but okay.
Alright. So, you managed to get your way back. Leaping down, catching the building, next building, boom, boom, boom. In the tight urban center, you found that if you like jump and then like wall kick off, you can bounce between building to building to slowly descend. You know?
Okay.
It doesn't help your jumps, but it's like when you strike a force, you can slow yourself down. So, you hit the ground in an alley and change behind a dumpster. The smell of refuse and garbage almost seeps into your clothes.
Oh, that's lovely. Back to the real world.
Yeah, and you walk back out, and smell check yourself as you enter the place. And you realize that like your shirt is getting a little bit of blood soaked through it, and you catch a subway back to your house. Metro.
The Metro.
Yeah. Alright. It's Sunday evening when you wake up. It's Sunday middle of the afternoon when you wake up. You slept long and hard. You have mostly recovered. We're going to say you've got some lingering issues here. For the sake of everything, we're going to reduce your endurance by 1 rank. But that will recover naturally, I'd say, in a week. You don't even have to make a check for it. So.
Okay.
That would be the only mechanical issue, but storyline-wise, act that out if you want. But yeah, it's Sunday afternoon. This is the one day of the week the dojo is always closed.
She wants to go to the Central Land Management Office building, and it's probably closed today, but it's possible it's going to be open with maybe a few people that are just doing some last minute work, and see if she can get into the building.
The place seems pretty busy, and when you get there, and it looks like they are repairing some broken cameras.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very that's odd that would happen. Can she get into the building?
No. The security seems to be beefed up. And there is a police officer there talking to some people from the Central Land Management who are giving him pictures of you.
But I'm not in my costume, or
I know. It's your
me,
Chasm outfit. Chasm outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. They don't know it's you. You're just walking by, right? But you see the pictures, and they're holding pictures of you.
Alright. So right now this is a dead end because I can't figure out how to get into this building. So, would I know of any other places that the consortium may have a base?
No.
What about going back to the
Hunter
original building that she had found that she ran into tsunami?
Hunter, that was in New York.
Was it? Okay, that's
Yeah,
right.
you met Wasp and Giant Man there.
That's right.
Hunter was always your investigator.
I guess I'm gonna have to try to do some investigating on my own.
Alright. You're walking back and you see some email notifications. You have it set up that whenever the dojo's mentioned in the news that you get a notice, and there is a media backlash against the dojo coming out. A couple articles were published today about the Valkyrie scam. They're basically accusing you of being like a pyramid scam, trying to get students from a publicity stunt, of which the person you didn't even hire. And the dojo's getting kind of a bad name.
Alright.
What's the dojo's popularity?
It is 20, I think. No, it's 10.
Okay, it loses 5 popularity.
That was 20. Hold on.
I thought it was higher than that too.
Yeah, no, she had 30. Dark Justice, or Daybreak had 30. She had 2. Yeah, it was 10. That's all they had.
Yeah, so it
So
loses
how many
5.
did
Yeah, 5.
It probably would have gone up had we actually had Valkyrie there.
Yeah. That was the plan, at least.
Yeah.
So, in addition to that, while you were, what did you want to do? Oh, investigate.
Yeah.
You've got this lead. You know the land consortium is supposedly connected. You could look into. They have a large number of properties that is likely lead. It's really your only lead you have right now, unless you want to look into what the consortium has been involved in. You know they've been involved in a lot, had their hands in a lot of stuff.
but they also are usually involved in big deals, right?
Right.
You know, they had some military connections, some secret. Some secret technology came out of.
Well, she would like to try to trace the money first. So, have they bought any new buildings lately? Have they bought any new businesses, anything like that? She wants to check their financial portfolio. But she also does need to do some damage control for the dojo. And I don't know. It's like the only thing I can think of is her finding a way to leak that Valkyrie is dead. Or she could step down from working in the dojo and let her brother take over for a while and let him be the face.
You can. You'll be impoverished.
What if she lets him be the face of it and she still works there?
I mean, nobody really knows you're the face of the dojo, right? Your popularity is Snow Kinemonist, too.
Right. Right.
Most people don't connect you to the dojo.
Okay. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna trace any sort of dealings that the land management company has done. I'm gonna start tracing those first.
Okay. Do you have computer skill?
No. All she has are
Make a reason roll with a -1 CS. This is something you could probably still figure out without the skill, so
51.
nothing too secretive, but you could do some public information.
She has a green.
Yeah, you see they have you go into like the land records office and on their website and look through what they've been doing, and they've got a good number of deals and land transfers they've been making lately. Same looks like they do a dozen a month or more. So
what she's gonna do is cross-reference the most recent purchases. She's gonna pick. Let's say she picks the four largest sales, and then the one smallest sale, and then probably do a stakeout. So she'll work at the dojo during the day. She'll do a stakeout at night at each of the properties, and see if something pops from those.
okay, make a investigation intuition roll. So if you don't have investigation, you have a -1.
Right. And it's a green.
Okay. Yeah, your stakeout and the information you gather kind of doesn't reveal a lot. Honestly, it seems to be almost up in the clear, and you're fairly certain most of the places are legitimate businesses. It seems like they do a lot of legitimate business. There is one thing that kind of shows up as a bit unusual. There does seem to be they seem to buy and sell a lot of properties. Almost like a professional house flipping or development. You know, they develop properties too. Tear stuff down, build new buildings. But there's a couple properties they've been holding for a while. That strikes your interest. Could be potential locations. Could be something else. This seems like they're also involved in rentals, so nothing much though.
Well, she's gonna start doing some recent.
I will say that
practices on those
takes you another week. During the week, though,
Right.
you will go to the dojo. While you're there, you're going through the motions, doing your training, and about middle of the week. Gretchen Saunders stops you. She says, "Hey, Sensei Kanamont, I guess she was the one that called you Snow.
Yeah.
Snow, what's wrong with you? I don't know how else to say this. I'm sorry if that's too
No, you're fine, Gretchen.
upfront.
I don't know. I've been in a funk lately, and I just can't shake it.
Yeah, you're not fighting you're still good, don't get me wrong, you're just not fighting as well as you usually do. And I mean, what are you going to do about all this stuff that's going on? It's kind of getting rough to come in when we're getting bombarded by these reporters all the time.
And that is not fair to you, right? Gretchen, I'm sorry you're going through this. I'm sorry, and let me see what I can do, okay?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, we can deal with it. You've been really good to us, and I don't think we would have been the kind of fighters we are without you, so don't worry. But I think it's going to scare people off. And
Yeah.
I mean, I've been hearing from your brother a little bit, and she looks a little nervous.
What's Jordan said now?
He's saying the dojo's not doing so good financially.
Okay.
I mean, I noticed the class sizes are down. We haven't had anybody move up to the top ranks in a while. And you look over and you notice that there might be fewer kids than you remember. You would have to look at the paperwork to be for certain, But it looks like the class sizes are small.
Okay. She does know that she needs to go into damage control mode, and what she would like to do is take her top 4, certainly the top 3, and we need to start doing some actual exhibitions to get the name out there.
Your top 4 are all national level people. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're training like elite.
Right. So what we do need are some exhibitions just to get them name recognition as well. Also, are there any competitions coming up soon?
Yeah. There's a major All England tournament. All
Alright, so I need to start working with my team to get them ready for that tournament.
You while you're looking into the tournament, you see that Sophia Patterson is registered.
Oh God. Okay. We kicked her ass before, we'll do it again. That's alright, let's take her down. If we could take her down again, especially with Gretchen, then that would be huge for the dojo. So I'm gonna have my team practicing for that.
All right. Yeah. So you start to train him, and your plan is to kind of get your advertisement out there, and some people call in while you're training. Jordan says, "Hey, sis, can you get that one? I'm working right now." As he's like putting some bandages on a kid who looks like they got hit in the nose. All right, he's not putting bandages on. He's stuffing those things up their nose.
Oh God. Okay. So I'll answer the phone. Hello, this is Snow. Can I help you?
Hello. Miss Kinnamont, I understand you're the head of the dojo here, the Kinnamont Dojo. This is this is Olive from the London Times. Do you have a minute to have an interview?
Certainly. How can I help you?
Great. We've been calling for a while, and our sister newspaper from the London Inquirer has said they've gotten an interview with you already, so glad we're able to get caught up with them.
This is news to me.
Yeah, so don't really know what's about that, but I just know a person who's worked there, and they said they got an interview with your dojo. Anyways, so what do you think of these allegations of that you were operating a publicity stunt and maybe even faked the appearance of the superhero known as Valkyrie?
Well, as you can see by the size of the dojo, we haven't taken on any new students.
We don't know. Your dojo's maintained the policy of keeping reporters out, so we don't have any information to that. Would you care to share your attendance numbers?
Attendance is down. I can tell you that.
Okay.
We are not
You're
doing-
click.
From basically what had come about that whole interview with Valkyrie was she wanted to come out to London. She needed a work visa. She wanted to work with the best dojo, and we had just won against Sophia Patterson. My top student had just won. So she decided that this was the best one to come to. I have not seen her since the day that we signed the contract.
So you haven't seen her. So did she scam you? Did she? It kind of seems like she tricked you into signing the work visa, and then ran off to a different place. Pretty unethical behavior for somebody who claims to be a superhero.
I can't speak to Valkyrie's motivations. I apologize.
So you haven't heard from her at all since the time she interviewed, huh?
No, we haven't.
Wow. That's pretty funny. Who would think that, these superheroes, they often live believing they could do anything they'd like.
I'm sure that she has the public's best interest at heart. Valkyrie was a good person.
But clearly not yours. Do you have any speculation on where she may have went?
I don't know. She didn't leave a forwarding number for me to check on her.
Are you going to report this to try to get her visa revoked?
I probably should, as that would be what the law would require. So, yes.
Okay. Well, what do you think is your chances in the upcoming tournaments?
Very good.
And she goes
I have the best team.
She goes into some standard kind of questioning.
Boilerplate.
Yeah, boilerplate. What do you think? How's everybody doing? What's your chances in the next Olympics? Blah, 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 blah.
She says that they have an excellent chance because she has the best team in London.
And okay, they take that information down and leave you off.
So now she actually has to go and report her for visa violation.
Yeah.
She will, but it sucks.
Yeah, and the front page news spread is Kinnamont Dojo scammed. And it shows a picture of Valkyrie on there.
Damn, you doing her dirty.
I know, he always does.
Okay. So, what would you like to do? Last thing.
Last thing is I want to go really heavy on training my students during the day, and at night I still want to see if I can follow this paper trail.
Okay.
With the buildings that they keep on their books.
Okay. You narrow it down to about a half dozen of the oldest addresses. I'll look up the London borough map and I'll give you some boroughs to look at. Additionally to that, you've kind of been doing your blunt weapons training. You spend a lot more time with the students, so you haven't had a lot of chance to do much else. On Friday, you get a call from Talia Prince, who asks you to come out and have some drinks with her.
Certainly. Are we going to the Juniper?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
You hit the Juniper, and you realize that you'd heard about it when you were younger. That was like a college-age bar, but it seems like the clientele has aged up a little bit. And now it is kind of more relaxed and less of like a club almost scene, and more of like a standard bar. They are having Talia invites you out to do the karaoke they're having at the bar tonight.
I think this is the kind of night that Snow really, really needed.
Okay. So you guys have a great time, actually. And, whatever you'd like to do happens. So,
Just hang out, relax, kick back, forget that she's trying to track down one of the most secretive, deadliest organizations around, and she just wants to reconnect with her friend again.
Yeah. And while you were there, after about an hour, 2 more of your old friends show up that Talia has apparently invited out, who are just really excited to see you. And it is... Well, one of them's your old friend from work, Sarah Hilton. And another one is, actually, I guess you don't have any other. You don't have any other non-work friends. So, one of Talia's friends shows up as well.
Okay.
We'll.
How does the night?
What?
How does the night exactly? I mean, everything's cool. Nothing stands out of the ordinary. Anything.
No, it's great. You have a great time. Some people come over, like some guys come over, and they're like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And Talia's like, no, get out of here."
She just shows her finger with the ring on it.
Yeah. Like, shoos them away. Like, literally like this. You got, I can Daybreak sing? Can Snow sing?
I would say she could.
There we go.
A little Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon, some The Middle by Jimmy Eat World. You never know.
There you go. Yeah, so you guys have a great time.
She's gonna... Oh, God. Okay.
Do you want to... Is there anything you want to talk about or anything like that? It's mostly small talk. They're like talking to each other. Sarah's talking about trying to get some more, is talking about Logan. And still can't believe Talia's going to get married to that guy. He was such a nerd. And Talia's just like, well, you say that about everybody who wears glasses.
It's a little bit of an overstatement, but okay.
And Sarah doesn't have anything to say back to that because apparently it's true. She does say that about everybody who wears glasses.
So, okay, good to know about my character. She thinks everybody that wears glasses is a nerd. Okay.
So yeah, Snow, is there anything you'd like specifically to talk about? They ask you some questions like, what are you up to? What have you been doing? How's life treating you? You know.
You know what? Are they still working for the oh god, it was the publicity committee for Battersea. Are they still working for them?
Sarah was the community representative. Yeah.
Thank you. Are they still there?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I'd like to ask her if she had noticed anything, like any companies coming in or anything out of the ordinary, and maybe see if I can get some information out of her.
I mean, you can just ask her straight up about the development corporation, the land consortium.
I'm going to, yeah.
Yeah, so you tell her about it, and she says, you know what? And she's like, I heard a couple things when I talked to some people in the community, but no, I don't really know much. And Talia chimes in. She's like, I'm the office manager now, Snow. And I'll tell you this, they have a lot of money they are throwing around, and some of that deals they've been trying to get in on, and some of the stuff they're trying to put in here, they slide that stuff in on the backside of that paperwork thinking they can sneak it through, and it is out of control.
Hey Talia.
I do not like those people.
Have you seen any deals that just don't make sense? Like they're paying way too much for a property?
Oh no, they usually lowball everybody. And some of these people who you never expect to take the deal end up taking it.
Like who?
Oh, you know, just the developers or landowners. It's just... But, I mean, I don't know. I imagine they're just trying to unload properties. But they just... You know, they can basically buy whatever they want. They've got so much money, too. Sometimes I saw them buy a property in downtown. And it was like... It was just a couple years ago, you know, when they tore down the building on the corner of blah 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 and 7th, right? And everyone's like, yeah. They're like, yeah. And then they tore that down and built that skyscraper there. Everybody's like, oh yeah.
The skyscraper. Oh, they finally finished that, didn't they?
Yeah. They paid a ton for that property. It's right on the outside of Battersea.
Huh, that's so... You know how I feel about Battersea. Battersea's always going to be home, you know? We always want to make sure that they're only doing the best that they can, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can't say much about tall skyscrapers, though. I mean, everybody laughs.
Alright. Well, then at this point, she's going to finish off the night, have a great time, and on the books coming up, she's going to go hit the skyscraper and see what's going on there.
Okay. Talia invites you out to come out again with them, and says,
definitely.
Your mother called me, actually, weirdly enough, and said, you had a boyfriend? Why don't you bring him out, and I'll bring out, Logan, and we can make it like a double date.
I'll have to ask him. He's got a very busy schedule.
She looks at you, and she says, you lied to your mother?
Of course I did.
Everyone's like...
Look, if you had a mother like mine who wanted babies, wanted grandchildren, more than anything else in the world, you'd do the same thing.
And Sarah is like agreeing with you.
Because it probably happened to her.
Well, she goes, you're like, and like, did it happen to you? And she's like, no, not to me, but, you know, I've, haven't found anybody worth settling down for, but that doesn't stop Mom from trying to make me bring some of these guys home to her.
Oh my God. Sarah, you have no idea.
I try to keep telling her they're not the kind of guys you bring home to your mother. And then everybody laughs. Apparently Talia knows the kind of guys that Sarah is attracted to, but you laugh because that's what everybody else is doing.
Right, yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay, there we go. So, karma. You permitted a crime. Permitted felony. We'll call that 40. And then you lost a fight. So that's minus.
That's a lot of fight.
That's another one. So minus 20. So that's minus 60. Okay. But you had a lot of good role playing. So I'll give you the max there. 100. And you made some commitments. And you made your commitments. So I am going to give you another 30 there. So that's 130. And then we'll add another 50 on top of that. So 180 minus 60, 120 karma.
Okay. Well, cool. Thank you.